Tell me everybody's here, man. Is that all of us?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So, welcome to Regulator. Glad you're here. Seen a lot before. Some new faces. Fantastic. I'm David Close, VP of Operations and Engineering. So, recent operations thing. So, trying to get stuff on time. Apologies, working on it. 35. So, our newest model. A lot of you guys probably seen this at shows, probably demoed and all that stuff. The 35 is somewhat different than our other boats because we don't have a fiberglass molded grillage. That's because we wanted to put as much stuff in here as we possibly could. So we've got glass over foam stringers, the bulkheads are infused. Of course, there's no wood, it's all composite, solid glass whole bottom, just the usual Regulator stuff. Up forward is not really accessible. It's we do have the fish boxes mounted to the deck that goes down, but we do have the anchor locker drain. Your service guys are great, by the way. Thanks for letting the service folks come. We're talking about how you can replace the hoses and all that. We got the full tubes, the hose replacement, all that. So, in here is where the berth pan sets. We call it the berth pan, goes under the console. And so, all that's here. The berth pan is actually right there. It goes in this boat. So, we do have your kind of customer service here. One thing to note, all of our boats start at 25 feet up. Our offshore boats do have an anchor locker drain. The anchor locker drain drains underwater because we don't want that scum line coming out. Coast Guard requires us to close that valve. So told this your service folks too. When you get a boat, make sure open anchor locker drain, or it's going to be full of water. So just something to know. In here we've got the anchor locker drain, of course, the sewage tank, pump out, bilge pump, the sump tank, all the stuff. Note that this bulkhead is watertight. So we got two separate bilge systems on a 35. You got the bilge system aft and the bilge system forward. Everything on the 35, all your raw water discharges, overboard drains and everything goes aft to our scuppers back there where Gary is. So when all your macerator forward, the bilge pump, all that, we don't have any through holes on the whole side, so it's a cleaner look. We do have the two up front just for the seat box drains up front. Everything else runs back to these scupper boxes back here by Gary. Those are, we got that kind of from the sport fish, big sport fish and all type thing, you know, the big guys are doing. Anyway, so this is the pump room. I'm standing on two water tanks. Just put a dent in that one. The water tanks are teed together, so it's 36 gallons of water. The gyro goes in here. And we got our lithium batteries. So this is a lithium powered house system. Now, you guys all got a 35, or some of y'all have a 35 in stock already, or sold one. And we did the whole startup video and all that. We'll get into that on that boat after we start that boat up. Tyson, can you shut that boat down so we can do the startup, please, in a minute? So, fundamentally, you know, the front of the boat's kind of typical Regulator. The structure's a little bit different because we wanted to get more stuff in here. But, single fuel tank, fills both sides. You can fill the tank from either side, port starboard, which is nice. Water tanks being teed together. You can also fill from port and starboard side on the water tanks. Inside the mezzanine, so you're looking kind of the guts of the mezzanine here. So, I gotta shut that down. Excuse me for a minute. Gary, don't stop over. Shut that buffer down for me. So, inside the mezzanine is our pump room. So we got our breaker panel up here. You'll see it on the finished boat behind you. But the gyro is easily serviceable. We got an open gyro down there, but you can get to all this stuff, right? And if you order a boat without a gyro, we can put one in. It's a little bit of a snug, but you can do it. Anyway, the batteries, 1, 2, 3 lithium batteries. They're all teed together in parallel, so it's a 12-volt system. Same 12 volt as you would see on anything else, but they're lithium batteries. So, one second. Brandon, cut the buffer down, will you please? Thank you. So, where was it? Lithium batteries. They're all teed together, 12 volts, 900 amp hours. You can run this boat with a gyro, the air conditioner, all the screens, all the lights, everything, without engines running, about 5 hours of runtime. So if you topped up, 5.5 hours of runtime, everything going. So it's great because when you're going to the dock for lunch or you're coming in or whatever, you don't have to turn your air conditioner off, you don't have to turn your dryer off, you just tie up and walk away. Right, and then you come back and you're ready to go again. You don't have to wait for spool up, the cabin's not hot, you know, all that stuff. So the benefit of the lithium system on these boats is simply the usability of it. Now, we ship these boats to you with the batteries turned off. The whole thing's shut down. We don't have to, but that's what we choose to do. We may change that. You guys get some feedback on it. But, so to power up the lithiums, there's a video out there for that. I think you've all probably seen it. And we'll go through that on that boat. Something I want you to note is here, this is a non-combining switch. So you got option 1, off, or option 2. These get labeled, so off is obviously off. But option 1, you can run the whole boat off the lithium system, which is where we want to run them. All our customers need to run off of that. The reason we put this in here, and I'll be honest, there's been some aggravation because we got some folks throwing the switch around and they're like, oh, I'm getting low voltage alarms or anything. This selector switch, if for some reason, this is like boat show, dock talk, sales strategy. Somebody's going to be concerned about lithium batteries not being survivable, something. What do I do if my lithium bank dies? The answer, and we're the only ones doing this that I know. You can turn this to option 2, which in the boat, and when it's labeled, it says backup. That'll run the boat off the engine lead acids. So I do have dedicated engine start batteries. So, you know, if your house dies, you still start engines. Once you start engines, it charges the lithium back. If you have the question, man, I don't know about lithium, man, that's scary, all this stuff. A few things there. First off, you can run the boat off the lead acids, right here. You're not going to be around the air conditioning dryer over very long, all that stuff, right? It's not going to work very well. But it's a get home, your garbage come up, you got nav, you got lights, bilge pumps, all that stuff. So we have that redundancy baked in. Really though, you guys are going to pick it up, you're going to commission it, you're going to put fuel in it, you're going to turn it to the lithium bank. Customer's never going to need it. Now, these automatic switches here for the key fob, right? So I got these here. Let's use it. So this one is the house switch. So that's the house switch. That one is for the engine batteries in the back, right? So you got one for house and you got one for the engines. So it looks like we're supposed to do something with these. We're supposed to throw them, whatever. These are automatic switches, so it works with a key fob. So ideally, your customers get the boat, you all commission it, fuel it, oil, props, the whole thing, spin the compass, commission, all that stuff. You're gonna hand the guy the boat with the key fob and say, look man, all you gotta do is just like your truck, right? You just unlock, lock. It even honks twice when you lock it. I did that. It's actually a joke on Owen. I did the first one 5 years ago and I was like, hey, watch this, Owen, like, bloop, bloop. He's like, man, that's cool. And I was like, no, I was just joking, man. No, we gotta have that, so. We still got that. We still got that feature, just so you know. But these switches, you can manually, if for whatever reason, your service guys are on a boat and need to turn it on, there's a reason to turn it on without doing this. But if you had to, you can manually turn the boat on. You heard it click. And so you turn the system on. This would just turn on the house systems. The 3 in the back there by Gary. Gary pointing them switches. Your big head might be in the way. I love you, you know. He's a role model in Regulator. So that's your engine switches. The thing is though, if they turn this switch to on, this is a tech note, and they just come back to this where it's in automatic mode, it doesn't know it's in auto, it's stuck in on. So they'll turn the boat off, it'll do a little boop boop, shut down, like bang, I'm back. It's like I can't turn my boat off. You gotta cycle it all the way to off and then back on. So I had a few calls on that. So if you ever have that happen, the guy may have gone, he said, my boat won't turn off. I'm doing a key fob thing, it honks, all that, it won't turn off. Say, hey man, do me a favor, go turn that all the way to off and then back on. Just a side. We'll power that boat up. I'll show you the lithium stuff in a minute. We still got 4. You guys are early. This is awesome. You're really going to throw me off on the next group, though. I'm going to go way too long. This is our sea chest. And so what we got is, we all like sea chests because you get more water flow, better for bait, all that stuff. And what I don't like about the big showy sea chest, you know, they got like the clear lid and you put the logo on it. It looks great at the show. Go run the boat for 2 days. It's full of dirt, seaweed, and mung, and everything. And there's like 68 screws you got to take off to clean it out. And then by the time you do that 3 or 4 times, you only got like 14 screws holding it on. And it worries me. It keeps me up at night. So we don't do it. The military actually designed this for the GROCO designed it for the United States Navy for unmanned drone boats. And what they were doing, they were sending these drone boats out. I don't know if they're target practice. They didn't tell me. But the problem was they'd be running these boats, they'd suck up a bunch of stuff, and the engines overheat, and then they just got this floating $3 million, duck blind out there. And so they said, man, we got to fix this. So GROCO designed this. It's a strainer, so inlet, and then all the outlets are these ports around it. So we're running air conditioner, the gyro, the boat's raw water, the live well pumps, all the things. And then this port is a discharge because this is a motor. It's basically industrial grade stainless steel garbage disposal in your sink. And so every hour, the system will kick this on and it'll run for 30 seconds. And it purges all the gunk out of here. I didn't believe this, so I got a 34 regulator. And I put it on my boat 2 years ago. I got the air conditioner, gyro, all the things you do, right? And it's pretty shallow water around here I run. To get to the inlet, I'm scooting through 3 feet of water all the time. By the time I get back, my cup strainers are half full of sand and everything, and AC is going high pressure. It's like every time I go, I got clean streaks. And I don't even paint my skags either, if you want to know. But I put this on. I hadn't cleaned strainers since. It's amazing. We love these things. It's standard on the 35 to 37 to 41. If you get the second live well option on the 28 and the 31, it comes with it. So the 31 you'll see back there in the shop, the open hole back there. They just put that in this morning. Same unit, military grade stuff. There's no service, there's no zincs, you don't have to do anything to it. You can pop the lid off and clean the basket if you want, but it cleans itself. And you can manually hit it. You can, if like you got an AC going out in high pressure, you get some over temp alarm. This thing might be full of junk. You can manually purge it, momentary push. It runs as long as you push the button. So this is kind of a new feature for us. I don't know anybody else doing this right now. So that's our sea chest solution. Tons more water. I had the original live well solution on my 34, and I put this in, and it was boiling over the lid, sitting still. You guys know if you run a 34, it'll start boiling the lid. Just sit still, I got more volume. And then these, we actually put the high volume pumps in, so the live well on the 35 is pressurized as a standard unit. We did do one, KMC, Tom's not here, Tom's not here. KMC had a customer on hole 9, he wanted an on-deck live well. There's a lot of life bait stuff, I think he bought like a Wicked Wells tub or something, put on the boat. And he wanted more than one live well. And I was like, well, I don't have a solution. He's like, no man, just give me a port, a fitting. And so that's an option too that I think I've only sold one of them. It's the same pump, goes through the same strainer. It's just a quick connect fitting, so if you wanted to do, somebody needs more live well, that's a solution that's available from factory option. Yeah. Okay. The gyro, we talked about the gyro a little bit. The reason for the Dometic gyro. So, and you can see over there, I'll give you a spiel, they got an open unit. We started working like 4 years ago on that project. We needed a gyro that pulled less power. And so, the 31, 34, has a Seakeeper 2, great unit, still available on 31. It pulls some power, but you can't run a gyro unless your engines are running. It's just the math of it, right? So this unit is such low power consumption, and it doesn't have any hydraulic control. So if you look at that, you spend some time with it, you learn more about it. But basically, when the boat's rocking side to side, that gyro flywheel spinning, and the physics of it, the sphere naturally just wants to wallow around. The only way you get stability in the boat is you resist that movement of the sphere, and most companies do it with a hydraulic cylinder. It's fine. Dometic owns the technology, and they build the steering mechanisms on all these Yamahas. That little steering cylinder, it's all Dometic. Dometic sells it to Yamaha. And the Mercury, and they're Evinrude and everybody. It's a very sophisticated ball roller screw gear mechanism. They're using that same steering motor instead of hydraulics in here. So you think about it, when that thing's trying to move and you're trying to resist the movement to impart stability to the boat, instead of the motor requiring power, you're driving a motor, forcing a motor, just like regenerative braking on a Tesla. So it's not requiring power, in fact, it's making power and putting it back into the boat. So this little unit will pull 21, 22 amps of power, normal running conditions, versus 45, 50. That's why it pairs so nice with a lithium system, because now if you're on the boat, it's pulling less power than your garments, right? So tons of runtime, drift fishing, you got all this time to water, engines aren't running, quiet, whatever you want to do. That's why you can leave it at the dock and thing running, you don't worry about it. You come back a couple hours, you've used 10% of your battery, you know, you got plenty of time. So super quiet, all gyros are quiet, no maintenance, no zincs, no hydraulics, nothing to maintain. It's a really nice unit. We launched it with them. You guys saw us. We co-launched a 35 in that gyro at the Miami show this February. So pretty proud of the partnership. It does really good stuff for us.
The run-up time too,
what's that?
The run-up time?
Yes. Yeah, good point. All right, so 16 minute to full spool, but you can start stabilizing in, I think, 9 minutes. So, yeah, it's amazing, right? So by the time you untie and get out your marina, you're stabilized. It's great. So, nice partnership there. In the back of the boat, we got 4 Seakeeper rides. Seakeeper makes a great gyro. They probably make the best trim tab auto ride system we got. It's standard on all of our boats. So a Seakeeper ride comes standard. Makes a great boat greater. When they first launched it, I was like, man, I don't need this fancy trim tab thing. You know, we got good riding boats, right? You know, I'm like, what am I going to do with that? It just makes like a Band-Aid. I don't need that. He's like, we'll give you a system for your 34. And I was like, well, I'm all about free. That's my price. So put it on there, and I was like, wow. It just, and you don't have to, you can go out and any regular, turn it off, go run it. Still a great running boat. Turn it on, you can run faster, it's smoother, everything's predictable, it's great. So that's standard on the boats. This is one of the first boats they did their quad system on, their quad 350 system. So that's all here. We're about to move over there, but the secret sauce of this boat, other than Gary being in it, is the structural layout, the watertight bulkheads, the way we distribute the weight, the gyro, the lithium system. This is 10 times the boat of my 34 offshore. I mean, it's 10 times the boat. If you hadn't ridden one on, get on hole one. I think it's Bob Hughes. You guys, Bob Hughes? Yeah, it's at y'all's place, right? Yeah. So go run the snot out of it, man. We've blown a lower unit up. Somebody knocked the propeller blade off. I don't know what y'all doing on the boat, but anyway, it's not one girl.
That wasn't us.
Yeah. I think it was Tim. It was Tim, actually.
Oh yeah, we're gonna point. It's all your fault.
Your fault. So,
It's all your fault.
The compartments, you got Bill's pump there, what about it here?
this one limbers back there, so there's 2 pumps back there. I do have, the only thing not in the scupper drains is the bilge pump discharge. They have their 3 independent through holes, so there's the one there on the starboard side is a forward pump, and the 2 over here are the 2 backwards, behind Gary. So, lots of fuel. The center of gravity of this boat, the reason it runs like it runs, is we put the center of gravity of the boat right here in the middle. It's right under the helmsman. Well, you're full of fuel or empty, right? So no matter what the condition of the boat is, you're always on the center of gravity. That's super key for a good runner boat. Even with the options or not, gyro or not, shifts it less than half of an inch. So it's really been dialed in with the systems that are on here, the 350, the Seakeeper ride, the tankage, all this stuff. So that's kind of the bones behind the scenes. You guys get to see finished boats all the time. So unfinished layout. We make our own harnesses. I think you guys see the harness shop some point or another. You might, I don't know if you're today. The Garmin Infrabus stuff we'll check out next. We can get on the boat. I'm going to show you guys how to power it up. There's a lot of questions on that. There's some videos that we have, but nothing says power it up like in person, right? So
Dave, all those brass, is that where your water intake is right there for all your pumps?
that's all the discharges. So that's actually the scuppers. Yeah, so good question. So when we set the deck, we actually cut that out, and that's the scupper drain for the whole deck, right? And these boxes, just go overboard. Now, right here at that faceted spot is a stainless steel flapper. So if you're backing up, it keeps water from boiling up in, It also keeps any fish box macerated lung from coming back in too, because it's all after the flapping. And so that's all the raw water discharges for the whole boat, other than the 2 seat box drains up front. You know, it didn't make sense to run hose all the way back here. So, 1 port star, we see that on the bottom when you walk around. You can kind of see a little scuff of stainless plate on the back. But yeah, so we run hoses. There's 4-inch PVC pipe from here under the tank all the way forward, and that's how I get the hoses from the front back. So it's not, if you had to replace a hose, it's in a piece of pipe. You disconnect it from the pump up here, tie a string to it, snatch it back, you run a new one. You're not having to find your way and do all this stuff, right? So serviceable boat, try to make stuff, you know, the boat's gonna last for a generation. You gotta service hoses,
Off
right?
the wall question. How long do you think it'd be before that blue one ships? Because my customer's about to kill me.
That's the one. So this one goes tomorrow. That's 4 days later. That's 4 days later, which is Thanksgiving Day, so the following week.
That'd be perfect. So
Don't hold me to it. That's
I
my-
told them
that's my
roughly the
estimate
10th.
right now.
So
I'm not supposed to give out dates, but I know you. We've been doing it a long time.
Dave, real quick, that stainless steel flapper valve, is that behind those brass valves there? Or?
It's on the floor. It's right here.
Right there.
So I got that flange. It bonds to that. And this is all infused laminate, put a 1/2-inch thick. I mean, you know, it's not going anywhere. It's on there. So all that is above waterline. All these fittings are above waterline. So it meets the AUIC 7-degree heel test. All that stuff has already been done. So the guts of her, right, still in process. We'll be setting the deck on her, I think Friday morning, Gary. Is that the plan? Yeah, Friday morning. So let's go to the finish plate.